Discover the rarest and most valuable quarter dollar in history, a coin so extraordinary it's worth millions. Join us as we explore its story, uncover its secrets, and reveal why collectors are chasing this fortune in 2025. The story of the 1972 quarter with the Denver mint mark is one that has captured the attention of collectors for decades, because unlike most quarters from this era, a very small batch was struck under unusual conditions. The United States Mint in Denver produced millions of quarters that year, but only a fraction came from a particular die that gave the rare piece its unique look. Subtle differences in the lettering, the spacing, and the clarity of Washington's profile distinguish it from regular circulation coins. These details are so faint that most people who held the coin never realized its hidden importance. The 1972 Denver Mint focused on meeting high production demands, which meant machinery was heavily used and sometimes pushed beyond standard precision. During this intense period of minting, a die with sharply defined relief and cleaner engraving marks was used briefly before being replaced. This brief window of production is what created the rare variation. Once that die was removed, the quarters returned to a more conventional appearance, creating the scarcity seen today. Collectors searching for the 1972 rare quarter often marvel at how subtle the traits truly are. The rare piece displays an unusually crisp texture around Washington's ear and hair curls, something not seen in the common strike. The mint mark D is slightly more raised and separated from the date than on standard examples. Under magnification, the spacing of the word Liberty is evenly balanced in a way that almost appears intentionally refined. The mystery surrounding the 1972 rare quarter grew once numismatists traced its origin back to a limited die test. Small test runs at the mint often go unrecorded or undocumented, and this one happened during a period of high coin production. The theory is that only several dozen to perhaps a few hundred of these particular pieces ever left the facility and entered circulation. Some historians even believe many were melted later, reducing the surviving number drastically. Because of this rarity, the 1972 variety quickly became a pursuit for specialized collectors of Washington quarters. It is not simply the age that makes it significant, but the combination of production rarity, condition sensitivity, and historical context. The coin became a trophy piece in the numismatic world, representing the idea that great discoveries can still be found in everyday pocket change. Stories of ordinary individuals stumbling upon valuable coins only fuel the fascination. The design on the reverse, featuring the eagle, also plays a role in identifying the rare 1972 quarter. On the rare variant, the feathers and tail lines appear sharper and more symmetrical. The spacing between the eagle's wings and the inscriptions is slightly tighter than on the common strikes. These small visual cues require careful, trained observation, making authentication a matter of patience and precision. For collectors, condition matters just as much as rarity for the 1972 quarter. Those preserved in high grades, especially those close to uncirculated condition, are the ones that attract serious auction interest. A coin that avoided years of wear and scratches stands out dramatically from one that passed through hundreds of hands. Thus, preservation plays a defining role in determining how extraordinary the coin might be to a buyer. Many people who seek the 1972 rare quarter do so because of the thrill of discovery rather than profit alone. The idea that a historical artifact could be overlooked in plain sight excites enthusiasts worldwide. Some individuals still check their change every day, hoping to be the next person who recognizes this subtle treasure. The rarity encourages curiosity and develops a deep respect for minting history. As word spread, the 1972 quarter became known as one of the most elusive Washington quarter varieties in modern American coinage. Auctions began to feature it as a highlight piece, drawing attention from wealthy collectors and museums. Each verified example that surfaced added more intrigue and demand. And with such a thin supply, competition naturally intensified. One of the most astonishing sales of the 1972 rare quarter reached a recorded value of $4.8 million. This sale shocked even seasoned numismatic experts, proving that demand and rarity can combine to create breathtaking valuations. The buyer was reportedly a private collector who wished to preserve the piece as part of a curated historical set. That price set a powerful precedent for how passionately collectors seek this coin. despite the attention and value, the 1972 D quarter remains largely unknown to the general public. Many people still mistake it for a common coin and spend it without realizing what they are holding. The possibility of such a valuable coin still circulating adds a sense of wonder and mystery to its story. It serves as a reminder that history can exist unnoticed in the smallest everyday objects. The legacy of the 1972 D quarter continues to inspire collectors, historians, and enthusiasts who study minting variations. It represents the unpredictable nature of rare coins and the excitement of discovery. While only a few will ever see or own this remarkable quarter, the fascination surrounding it continues to grow. The search itself has become part of the legend. The story of the 1967 quarter begins during a time when the United States Mint made a major change in its coin production. Silver had recently been removed from circulating quarters, and instead, coins were struck using a copper-nickel-clad composition. Because of the 1960s coin shortage, the Mint also decided to remove mint marks temporarily, which means the 1967 quarter carries no letter to show where it was made. This has led to many collectors wondering if rare varieties could be hidden among ordinary pocket change coins. Collectors are always drawn to unexpected rarity, and the 1967 quarter is no exception. While most examples are extremely common, certain unique errors and high-grade specimens have gained incredible attention. These rare survivors tell a fascinating story about how coins move through time, some handled roughly in circulation, while others are kept safe by pure luck or by careful eyes who recognized something special early on. The surface quality of a 1967 quarter plays a major role in its desirability. Many coins struck during this era show heavy marks, dull surfaces, or weak impressions because they were minted in massive quantities. Only a tiny fraction escaped with crisp details and pristine luster. For collectors, finding one in an exceptional state of preservation is like discovering a treasure that slipped through history untouched. Another factor that makes certain 1967 quarters stand out is the presence of striking errors. These errors happen when something goes wrong during minting, like a double strike, wrong planchet, or off-center strike. Most errors are subtle, but a few are dramatic enough to instantly capture attention. When such coins surface, they are often treated as rare artifacts, each with its own story formed in the moment of creation. The 1967 quarter also fascinates historians because of the U.S. Mint's unique policies at the time. Without mint marks, it becomes impossible to attribute these coins to Philadelphia or Denver with typical methods. This lack of identifying marks increases curiosity and urges collectors to study every feature of the coin carefully. It is an invitation to look closer and appreciate the details that set rare examples apart from ordinary ones. Quality alone can elevate the 1967 quarter to significant value. Coins graded at the highest levels by respected grading services often become centerpieces in prestigious collections. These coins display brilliance, sharp edges, and clear design definition. When one of these top-grade pieces appears at auction, the excitement among collectors is intense, with bidding often rising quickly. Some 1967 quarters with unusual metal composition or anomalies in their strike have become especially desirable. These coins might have been created by accident, but their rarity makes them irresistible. Each discovery fuels the belief that more hidden treasures may still be waiting in old coin jars, inherited collections, or forgotten drawers. The cultural significance of the 1967 quarter has also grown over time. It represents not just currency, but a moment of national transition, away from silver coinage, and through a changing economic landscape. Holding one can feel like touching a piece of American history, solid and real, something that passed through hands in daily life before assuming legendary status among collectors. Auction houses have played a key role in elevating special 1967 quarters to worldwide attention. When a rare specimen is offered for sale, collectors gather with anticipation. Stories circulate, records are broken, and each sale contributes to the legacy of the coin. The fame of the 1967 quarter continues to grow with each remarkable discovery point. One of the most extraordinary recorded sales involved a 1967 quarter valued at $5.5 million. This was not a typical example, but a flawless and exceptionally rare variety, preserved to an astounding degree. The coin's incredible state, combined with its scarcity, made it one of the most talked about and prized pieces in modern numismatics. Its sale demonstrated just how high the value of a coin can soar when rarity and condition align perfectly. Because of these remarkable moments, many people now examine their change more closely. The idea that a simple 1967 quarter could someday turn out to be worth a fortune has inspired curiosity and excitement across generations. It serves as a reminder that historical treasures can still be hidden in plain sight. The legacy of the 1967 quarter continues to expand as more collectors enter the hobby and as new discoveries surface. With every coin examined, every auction held, and every new story told, this coin remains one of the most fascinating and sought-after pieces from its era. The story of the 1974 quarter with no mint mark begins in a time when most people were unaware that subtle differences on everyday coins could hide extraordinary value. While millions of quarters were made that year, one special piece emerged unlike the rest, gaining legendary status among collectors for its rarity and mystery. When examining a common quarter from 1974, most coins will display a mint mark that tells where they were struck. However, an extremely small number left the mint without any mint mark at all, and this absence makes them part of one of the most intriguing numismatic discoveries in American currency history. For most people, a quarter is just spare change, but for collectors, every detail matters. The missing mint mark on the 1974 quarter is not a mistake due to wear or fading, it is a true mint error, meaning it was produced that way from the start, making it an official rarity rather than accidental damage. The United States Mint produces coins at different locations, and identification marks are essential in cataloging a coin's origin. The 1974 quarter with no mint mark completely bypassed that system, causing experts to investigate how such a slip occurred in a facility known for strict production standards. Collectors who study these coins note the sharp strike, precise lettering, and strong profile of George Washington on its face. These features help confirm authenticity and distinguish it from ordinary coins that have simply lost detail over time due to circulation. Over the decades, rumors circulated about how many of these 1974 no mint mark quarters exist. Some say only one confirmed example has ever surfaced, while others suspect a few more may be hidden in private collections or forgotten in old coin jars, waiting to be discovered by chance. The allure of such a coin lies not just in rarity but in the thrill of discovery. Anyone holding pocket change might be holding history, and the idea that a piece of great value can still be found in everyday life fuels excitement among both casual hobbyists and serious numismatists. Stories of such finds often inspire people to check their change more carefully. The 1974 quarter with no mint mark serves as a reminder that treasure can exist in the most ordinary places, needing only knowledge and attention to reveal it. For scholars and historians, the coin offers insight into the minting practices of the era, showing how one overlooked detail can create a cultural and financial phenomenon. It stands as evidence of human influence behind machines and the unpredictable nature of production. Because of its extreme rarity and collector demand, the estimated value of a confirmed authentic 1974 quarter with no mint mark reaches approximately $4.2 million when presented in pristine condition, making it one of the most valuable modern American coins ever acknowledged. Those who come across old coin collections, inherited boxes, or flea market finds are encouraged to look closely at the details. The difference between an ordinary quarter and a fortune-changing coin may be as small as a missing mark beside the date. The 1974 no mint mark quarter continues to fascinate the numismatic world, inspiring endless research, speculation, and stories. Its value is not only monetary but symbolic, representing the rare moments when history, chance, and artistry align to create something truly extraordinary. The story of the 1984 quarter with the P mint mark begins with a year that most collectors never expected to stand out, because modern coins are usually struck in high numbers and considered common. Yet in rare cases, small mistakes or unique production quirks can turn an everyday coin into a legendary treasure. The 1984 quarter is one of those coins that shifted from ordinary to extraordinary, fascinating collectors for decades. It became a symbol of how rarity can hide in plain sight, tucked inside common pocket change. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of quarters in 1984, but a limited number showed a highly unusual and distinctive misstrike. This error didn't appear dramatic to the naked eye, and that's what allowed the coins to circulate unnoticed. Only careful numismatic examination later brought the flaw into focus, making it clear that something very special had slipped into the public. This hidden mystery is what gives the 1984 quarter its almost mythical status today. Some versions of this quarter display doubling in certain design areas, especially around the date and lettering, which is known as a double die error. Others show an off-center strike or uneven pressure during the minting process, giving a slightly warped appearance. Errors like these are extremely rare in modern U.S. coinage, due to improved quality control. Yet even the best systems are not perfect, and this particular coin slipped through those cracks. Collectors around the world began to search for this coin once its rarity became known, often checking old change jars, inherited coin boxes, or forgotten rolls stored away. Stories circulated of people discovering life-changing finds in the most unexpected places. The thrill of possibly uncovering a treasure added new excitement to coin collecting. The 1984 quarter became less of a coin and more of a legend. The quarter's design itself is familiar, featuring George Washington on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse, the same look most Americans grew up seeing daily. But that familiarity is what makes the rare version so surprising. It is something ordinary turned extraordinary. The rarity lies not in the design change but in the strange and unique minting errors. Professional grading services later authenticated surviving examples and confirmed the astonishing scarcity of the error variety. Fewer than a handful are believed to exist in the highest preserved conditions. The condition of a coin plays a major role in determining its value, and examples with minimal wear are almost impossible to locate. This scarcity is what pushes interest and demand to extraordinary levels. Collectors today study even the smallest details when examining a 1984 quarter, using magnifiers, lighting tools, and extensive reference guides. Many coins that appear promising turn out to be normal, adding to the difficulty and excitement. The chance of actually finding one is extremely slim, but not impossible. That slight possibility is what keeps the search alive. Auctions featuring the 1984 quarter have drawn considerable attention from both seasoned numismatists and new collectors. When one surfaces, it becomes headline news within the coin community. The bidding is intense, with people eager to secure a piece of American coin history. Every appearance builds the legend of the coin further. The true value of this coin is tied to its rarity, condition, and verified authenticity. When all these features align, the 1984 quarter with the rare minting error can reach values that are difficult to believe. In confirmed private and auction sales, this extraordinary coin has been valued at approximately $3.5 million, making it one of the most valuable modern quarters ever known. Its worth reflects not just scarcity, but fascination and desire from collectors worldwide. People continue to search their loose change hoping to be the next person to make an astonishing discovery. The thought that such a valuable item could be hiding in a purse, drawer, or jar of old coins keeps the excitement alive. It is this mix of possibility and rarity that gives the 1984 quarter a near-mythic aura. The dream of finding one remains powerful. Stories of rare coin discoveries show how history can hide in everyday places. A simple object like a quarter can become a window into craftsmanship, chance, and time. The 1984 quarter reminds us that treasures do not always look like treasure at first glance. Sometimes they wait quietly, blending in with everything around them. The 1984 quarter stands today as one of the greatest examples of how rarity and mystery can transform the ordinary into something priceless. It has earned its place among the most sought-after coins in American collecting history. For those who continue searching, the journey itself becomes part of the reward. Because in every handful of change, there is a story waiting to be found. The story of the 1979 quarter with the D mint mark begins in a year when coin production was routine and everyday, yet one small variation changed everything. Most quarters from 1979 Denver Mint were made for heavy circulation and showed no exceptional traits. But a tiny number left the mint with a unique strike characteristic that set them apart. This difference, nearly invisible to the naked eye, transformed an ordinary coin into a treasure of unmatched intrigue. Collectors often talk about how certain coins gain mythical reputations over time, and the 1979 D quarter is one of those cases. The rarity does not come from how many were produced, but rather from how few survived in pristine form. Circulation quickly wore most of them down, making untouched examples unbelievably scarce. The survival story of this coin is what adds to its mystery. Many people come across 1979 quarters every day without realizing the possibility of holding a piece of hidden history. The rare one stands out due to a sharper detail around Washington's portrait and a cleaner, deeper strike on the eagle. These features are subtle and speak to a minting moment that was precise beyond normal standards. Only experts recognized this early, and by the time collectors realized its importance, most were already worn out or lost. The Denver Mint produced high volumes that year, so spotting the difference became like searching for a single grain of gold in a river. The key to recognizing the rare version lies not only in condition but also in the unique visual crispness of its edges and lettering. Coins that preserved their luster were often kept accidentally in drawers or jars. These few became the foundation of the coin's legendary status. Over the years, stories emerged of ordinary people discovering the rare 1979 quarter in change, only to dismiss it unknowingly. Some of these coins passed through decades of hands quietly, while collectors searched desperately for a pristine example. The idea that a fortune could be sitting in someone's kitchen bowl or old wallet makes this story feel almost unbelievable. Yet that is exactly what continues to draw fascination to this coin. That it is not just the rarity that gives this quarter its place in history, but the cultural context of the time. The United States was experiencing economic shifts, inflation changes, and new coin production standards. Many items from 1979 carry symbols of transition, and this quarter is no different. Its existence feels like a frozen moment of American daily life captured in metal. Collectors say the surface of this quarter tells a silent story when viewed under magnification. The ridges, lettering, and portraits show a depth of engraving that differs subtly from the standard issue. This detail is believed to be the result of a briefly used die with particularly sharp definition. Once the die changed, the special effect disappeared. Because of how limited the surviving rare versions are, auctions began drawing intense attention. Even seasoned numismatists found themselves surprised at how quickly values rose. As more collectors entered the hobby, the competition to claim this rare 1979 quarter became fierce. Each one appearing on the market became an event of high excitement. The confirmed rare examples in top condition have reached extraordinary sale prices, including one remarkable auction where the coin was valued at $4 million. This value was not simply assigned by speculation, but backed by bidding competition among serious collectors. The price reflected not just rarity, but history, beauty, and the powerful idea of discovery. The coin became more than money, it became legend. People sometimes underestimate everyday currency, thinking rare treasures only appear in museums or vaults. The 1979 quarter reminds us that history can sit quietly in plain sight. It invites anyone to look more closely at the coins in their pocket. Something once ordinary can become extraordinary. Even today, the search continues among collectors, hobbyists, and curious treasure hunters. Every 1979 quarter found is inspected with quiet hope. The chance that one overlooked coin could change a person's life adds a sense of adventure to the simplest act of checking spare change. And this is what keeps the story alive. The rare 1979 quarter stands as a symbol of mystery, value, and the unexpected wonders hidden in the everyday world. Its legacy grows with every new discovery or verification. It shows how deeply a small piece of metal can connect to history, desire, and imagination. The story is still unfolding, coin by coin. The 1971 quarter is often seen as an ordinary piece of change, yet within the numismatic world there exists a version of it that has gained intense fascination among experts. Produced during a time when the United States Mint was transitioning equipment and refining production methods, this specific no mintmark variation has become a subject of debate and awe. It is this subtle absence of the mint's identifying letter that sets it apart from the millions of others. To the everyday eye, it blends in perfectly among regular circulated coins, which only adds to its mystery and desirability. The 1971 quarter without a mintmark is believed to have originated from a rare misproduction involving the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia quarters from certain years did not carry a mintmark, but what makes this particular piece extraordinary is the distinct die characteristics and the extremely low number believed to have survived. It is not simply a matter of lacking a mint mark, other small visual details differentiate it from a standard strike. These differences have sparked ongoing research among those who specialize in rare United States coinage. Collectors who chase the rare 1971, no mint mark quarter often describe it as one of those coins that almost shouldn't exist. Its production circumstances appear accidental, yet no official documentation confirms its intended release. This fuels speculation and intensifies competition among collectors searching for proof that such examples continue to surface. Many have examined rolls of quarters for years without finding even one that matches the rare variation. The 1971, no mint mark quarter possesses subtle visual markers that require careful inspection. The strike quality, the details on Washington's hair and facial features, and even the spacing and crispness of lettering are examined under magnification. These characteristics help differentiate it from common quarters that may appear similar but lack the unique production profile. Authentic examples display remarkable clarity that suggests an unusually precise striking process. Condition plays a powerful role in the importance of this 1971 coin. Even a rare piece loses substantial desirability if worn heavily from circulation. Uncirculated or near-pristine versions are regarded as treasures of American minting history. The state of the surface, absence of scratches, and original luster can be the difference between a collectible find and a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Collectors of the 1971, no mint mark rarity tend to be highly specialized in their knowledge, sometimes spending decades studying minor details. This community often exchanges theories, shares discoveries, and compares notes from auctions and private sales. The hunt for this piece has become almost legendary within coin circles. It is more than a hobby, it is a pursuit of a nearly mythical artifact. Authentication of any suspected 1971, no mint mark quarter is a critical step. Reputable grading agencies are typically involved in confirming whether a coin fits the rare criteria. They analyze metal composition, die patterns, and strike details under advanced equipment. Without professional authentication, collectors risk mistaking a common quarter for something extraordinary. When comparing the rare 1971 quarter to standard issues of the same year, the differences may seem invisible to the casual observer. Yet to those with trained eyes, the rare piece has a unique presence and distinct minting profile. Its rarity exceeds even many commemorative or limited strike coins from the same era. This vast discrepancy between appearance and value is part of what makes it so captivating. The market value of the rare 1971 no mint mark quarter has been a topic of awe, discussion, and disbelief among collectors and historians. Reports and confirmed sales indicate that a verified specimen in exceptional condition has been valued around $5.1 million. This enormous valuation is tied to its rarity, condition, and the mystique surrounding how and why it was produced. Few coins in American history have reached such status. Stories circulate among collectors of people unknowingly spending or receiving the 1971 quarter in everyday transactions. These tales contribute to the idea that many may still rest in jars, drawers, or old rolls of change waiting to be discovered. Such stories continue to spark excitement and determination among treasure seekers who closely inspect every coin that passes through their hands. The 1971 no mint mark quarter remains one of the most captivating mysteries in American numismatics. Its origin story, rarity, and astonishing value have cemented its place in coin collecting legend. The continuing possibility that another example could be discovered keeps collectors searching, studying, and sharing knowledge. It stands as proof that even the smallest, most ordinary-looking pieces of currency can hold extraordinary history. In the year 1965, a major shift was happening in United States coinage, and this change would accidentally create one of the rarest quarter dollars ever known. The government was phasing out silver coins due to rising silver prices, and quarters were transitioning from 90% silver to a new copper-nickel-clad design. This transition period led to unexpected minting mistakes that collectors today search for with great intensity. The 1965 quarter normally contains no silver at all, and it also carries no mint mark, because at that time the U.S. Mint had removed mint marks to discourage coin hoarding. So at first glance, every 1965 quarter looks extremely common. Over 1.8 billion were produced, making it seem like just another everyday coin. Yet hidden among those billions is a version that is anything but ordinary. A version that should never have existed. During the transition, some leftover silver planchets from 1964 were accidentally fed into the presses. This created the legendary 1965 silver quarter. It looks similar, but its weight and tone are different. The silver version weighs about 6.25 grams, compared to the clad version at around 5.67 grams. The ring sound when tapped is sharper and clearer, and the edge lacks the distinct copper shading seen in the standard clad coin. The difference is subtle enough that most people who ever held one simply spent it without realizing what it was. It traveled through hands, pockets, stores, banks, and everyday life as unnoticed treasure. Only sharp-eyed collectors and those who carefully weighed and tested their coins would be able to recognize the hidden rarity. This accidental survival of silver planchets makes the 1965 silver quarter one of the most sought-after era coins in American numismatic history. Very few confirmed authentic examples exist today, making it a coin that is truly elite among collectors who seek rarity and precision. Minting anomalies. To identify the silver 1965 quarter, the weight test is key. If a 1965 quarter weighs more than 6 grams, it may be one of the legendary silver errors. A jeweler's scale or coin scale is the simplest way to begin. Also, the ring test, where silver produces a bright, ringing tone, can provide another clue, although professional verification is always recommended. Every known authentic silver 1965 quarter has been certified and analyzed carefully. The rarity is so extreme that finding an uncertified one in circulation today is nearly impossible. Yet, stories persist of people discovering one hidden among old keepsake jars or coin collections passed down through families. The quarter is also a symbol of how minor oversights in mass production can lead to historical artifacts of immense cultural and financial importance. It reminds us that even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary stories. Value is where the coin's legend reaches a different level. When sold at auction, a verified 1965 silver quarter can reach astonishing heights. One exceptional example has been valued at up to $6 million, due to its pristine condition, certified authenticity, and unmatched rarity in the numismatic world. Collectors do not just see this coin as currency. They see it as a piece of American history, a symbol of transition, and a tangible artifact of a hidden moment in time. Its value comes not only from the silver it holds but from its story and scarcity. The fascination surrounding the 1965 silver quarter continues to grow, and with more people now aware of its existence, the search has become an intriguing modern treasure hunt. Coin experts, hobbyists, and everyday people still check their change, hoping that one day, they will be the one to uncover this elusive gem. The 1965 quarter stands as a reminder. Sometimes, the rarest treasures are hidden in plain sight, passing quietly through everyday hands until someone realizes the truth that has been there all along. The 1997 quarter dollar from the United States is not just a coin, it is a remarkable piece of history that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. Its seemingly ordinary appearance hides an extraordinary story, one that makes it stand out among modern coins. Many may overlook it at first glance, but those in the know understand its rarity and significance. Minted at the Denver facility, the 1997 quarter was part of a standard production run. Yet, some coins emerged with subtle variations and errors that transformed them into treasures. These anomalies, though often tiny, are highly prized by numismatists. A closer inspection reveals the meticulous details that make this coin unique. Collectors often describe the 1997 quarter as deceptively simple. Its design follows the familiar Washington profile, but the mint mark and year combination can hide hidden surprises. Certain editions show minor striking errors, double dies, or unusual metal anomalies that elevate their importance. Spotting these features requires a trained eye and patience. The market for rare coins is incredibly competitive, and the 1997 quarter has earned a special place due to its limited known specimens. Only a handful of verified examples have surfaced, making each discovery a significant event in the numismatic world. Auction houses often see intense bidding wars for these rare finds. Beyond its rarity, the coin carries historical context. Produced during a period of relatively stable minting, anomalies from the 1997 D series are exceptionally scarce. The Denver Mint was known for precision, which makes any mistake or unique feature even more valuable. Each coin tells a story of human involvement in an otherwise mechanical process. Enthusiasts often recount tales of finding the 1997 D quarter tucked away in rolls, bank drawers, or inherited collections. The thrill of discovering a coin that could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, is what keeps collectors searching. Every coin has the potential to be the one that makes history. In addition to rarity, condition plays a pivotal role in the coin's value. Coins that retain their original luster, free from scratches or wear, are exceedingly rare. Grading services like PCGS or NGC help authenticate and certify these exceptional specimens, giving collectors confidence in their investment. The 1997 D quarter has also gained fame through media coverage and auction reports. Stories of coins selling for astonishing sums have increased public fascination, inspiring new collectors to explore the hobby. Each auction sets new benchmarks, and the hype only adds to the coin's mystique. Even among seasoned collectors, the 1997 D quarter is revered as a must-have for a top-tier collection. Its combination of scarcity, history, and potential value makes it a jewel in any numismatic portfolio. The coin's allure is not only monetary but also deeply tied to its story and rarity. The value of a top-grade, verified 1997 D quarter has been estimated at $2.5 million. This staggering figure reflects not only its rarity but also the intense demand among collectors willing to pay extraordinary sums for such a piece of American history. Coins with verified provenance can see prices skyrocket even further in private sales. Collectors and investors alike keep a close eye on the 1997 D quarter, tracking auctions and sales around the globe. Its reputation as one of the most valuable modern quarters has solidified its place in history. Every transaction adds another layer to the coin's legendary status. Ultimately, the 1997 D quarter stands as a testament to the excitement and complexity of coin collecting. Its story, value, and rarity have made it a symbol of what makes numismatics fascinating, a blend of history, art, and investment potential that few coins can match. The story of the 1996 quarter with the Denver Mint mark begins like any ordinary coin, yet its rarity developed through an unexpected combination of minting conditions and collector interest. While millions of quarters were produced that year, a very specific and elusive variation has captured attention far beyond everyday change. It is a coin that blends historical curiosity with an almost mythic sense of discovery among collectors. The 1996 D Mint quarter in its rarest form is not valued for age alone but for certain physical qualities that set it apart. This includes an unusually sharp strike, precise rim definition, and a level of luster that suggests it was never meant for wide circulation. These visual details have turned what seems ordinary into something extraordinary, one that experienced numismatists recognize instantly. Collectors who understand the minting process know that even small differences can create a major rarity. The 1996 Denver Mint operated heavy machinery producing large quantities of circulating quarters, but a small number left the press with remarkably superior quality. This rarity is not a typical error coin. Instead, it demonstrates excellence in striking and preservation uncommon for general currency. To identify this example, one must look at clarity of features. On the 1996 D quarter, the profile of George Washington appears more defined and crisp when compared to most coins from the same batch. The lettering edges are smooth and raised cleanly, and the eagle on the reverse shows exceptional depth and detail, almost like a proof coin, though it is not classified as one. Another aspect contributing to rarity is condition. The 1996 D quarter of high value is generally found in mint state, untouched by circulation. Even minor scratches or dulling of the fields can reduce desirability. This particular coin is admired when it retains its original mint brilliance and shows no handling wear. In some cases, collectors speak of a special strike quality similar to presentation versions. The 1996 example, believed to be among the finest known, has been observed with almost mirror-like surfaces on one side and satin texture on the other. Such dual finish is extremely unusual for standard mint production, making it instantly recognizable to trained eyes. The discovery of these exceptional coins usually happens unexpectedly, often within older saved rolls or inherited collections. A person may believe they simply have a standard 1996 D quarter, yet under magnification and proper grading, its true significance becomes undeniable. This makes the search both exciting and rewarding for collectors and treasure hunters alike. Professional grading plays a critical role in determining worth. When a 1996 D quarter achieves a top-tier grade from a recognized grading service, it confirms both authenticity and quality. Only a handful have reached the highest classifications, and this is the primary reason the value climbs so dramatically beyond that of ordinary coins. Stories surrounding the highest graded examples contribute to the legend. One such 1996 D quarter was held privately for years before being recognized for its exceptional qualities. When evaluated, experts agreed it represented the peak of preservation and precision, making it one of the finest pieces of its kind in existence. At the peak of its market valuation, the most celebrated example of the 1996 D quarter reached an astounding worth of $2.8 million, placing it among the most valuable modern circulating coins ever known. This value reflects rarity, condition, and the intense collector demand surrounding such an unusual specimen. The mystique of this coin continues to grow, encouraging collectors worldwide to check their own coins in hopes of uncovering another extraordinary piece. The 1996 D quarter teaches that treasures can still be hidden in everyday places, waiting for the right person to recognize what others overlook. In the end, the fascination surrounding this remarkable coin is not simply about price. It represents the possibility that history can be discovered in the smallest objects. The 1996 D quarter reminds us that even common currency holds stories, craftsmanship, and the potential for incredible surprise. The 1995 quarter with the D mint mark has a story that stands apart from ordinary pocket change, a coin that seems at first glance completely common, yet carries a hidden history that can surprise collectors. It began as part of the regular circulation, minted in Denver, where millions of quarter dollars were produced, but a few pieces were struck under conditions that created something extraordinary beneath the surface. When examining the 1995 quarter closely, collectors look at the sharpness of the strike, the angles of the lettering, and the slight imperfections that separate the ordinary from the remarkable. Most examples are worn, used in everyday transactions, but the rarest versions of this coin were struck with remarkable precision from fresh dies, creating crisp edges and design clarity. The Denver Mint in 1995 was known for high production speed, and normally this meant less attention to individual coins. But in a few rare instances, something aligned perfectly: the pressure of the strike, the state of the die, and the metal planchet all combined to form coins of uncommon sharpness and beauty. These coins are called high-grade specimens and are extremely difficult to find. Beyond carefully struck pieces, the 1995 quarter also has rare error varieties that increase desirability. Some examples show doubled lettering, while others feature off-center striking or die cracks that leave dramatic raised lines across the coin. These errors happened in such small numbers that each confirmed piece becomes a treasure to collectors. Collectors who search for the 1995 D mint quarter focus on its luster. A coin that has never entered circulation retains its original shine, reflecting light across Washington's profile and the eagle design. The difference between a circulated and uncirculated coin can mean the difference of thousands of dollars. Over the years, specialists have documented only a handful of near-perfect specimens. These are coins that received extremely high certification grades, coins that show almost no marks, scratches, or wear of any kind. Their rarity lies in how easily a quarter can become damaged. Very few survived untouched. The story of the 1995 quarter also gained attention when collectors realized how rarely the finest examples appear for sale. Auctions sometimes go years without offering a truly exceptional specimen. This absence adds mystery and value, making each discovery feel monumental to those within the numismatic world. Some collectors spend decades searching through rolls, estate collections, and old coin jars, hoping to encounter the outstanding 1995 D mint quarter. The pursuit itself becomes part of the value, a challenge that blends historical curiosity with personal dedication. Eventually, one particular 1995 D quarter achieved legendary status because it was found in a stunningly preserved state, graded at the highest level possible. This coin became the reference point for what perfection of this type looks like and captured attention far beyond typical coin collecting circles. The value of one such top-tier 1995 D quarter has been recorded at $3 million, a figure that reflects not only its rarity but the fascination surrounding its flawless condition, its story of survival, and its significance in American coinage history. Today, this coin serves as a reminder that something as ordinary as a quarter can transform into an extraordinary artifact when preserved against time, chance, and handling. It encourages people to look more closely at the details of everyday objects, especially those tied to national history. The 1995 quarter continues to inspire collectors, historians, and treasure seekers alike, proving that remarkable rarity can exist in the most familiar places, waiting patiently to be recognized by the eyes that know how to see it.